Hello, and thanks for joining me on this episode of Simply Saturday. For today's easy card, we are using this paper that I have spread out all over my desktop because I want to show you the papers in here and how this packet of paper can really help you create a fast card, especially when maybe your inspiration is down. Maybe you don't have a good mojo flowing for card making, or simply you're in a big hurry. So this paper is called Wildflower Birthday. I'm going to show you some of the patterns, and then I'm going to show you the part that can make it really fast and easy. So let's kind of go through these. So this lovely pattern, okay, you can see it. The colors in here include blueberry bushel, peach pie. We have some pretty in pink and pool party. There's also soft sea foam, that really light green, and of course you can't miss the gold accents. It's really just stunning. All right, let's flip it over and look at the B side. We have a soft sea foam background with a white dot. Okay, that's that one. I don't even think I pulled all the pieces out, but I just grabbed a selection. This one has the cakes. Again, it's got that gold accent, just incredibly beautiful. The flip side of that is this pretty stripe. It's kind of a, I don't know, I think it looks like a birthday party stripe. There's this piece, which is pool party with the gold little scalloped stripe, which is also really pretty and quite effective when you combine it with other things in your card. And then there's a soft leafy background. Here's a strip of that stripe. And then this one, which is the paper that I'll be using on my card today. And the flip side of it is that cute pink and white gingham. So the papers alone are amazing. The stamp set that goes with it is called Birthday Celebration, and there are dies that are available with it too. But besides the papers in this packet, and I'm going to show you now because I think it's hard to understand if you've never seen it. All right, you get two sheets that look like this. Now, the fantastic thing about this is you just put these in your trimmer and you can cut them apart. So you would cut once here, and then each of these little sections. You can cut here and all of these little sections. So you can see how you end up with really fast pieces that you can grab and use to create your design. All right, so you get that. What I did is I went ahead and cut a bunch of those out ahead of time. So I have those in a little plastic sleeve that are just ready to go. Okay, so you can see I've already cut mine out and they're just ready to be used right now, today, on a card. The other thing that you get besides this sheet is you get a bunch of little pre-printed die cuts. So let me flip this over. I've already pre-punched mine out. Everything from large pieces like this one all the way down to some teeny little pieces. Let me see if I can get this one out. Like this one. Look at that. And all kinds of pieces in between. Of course, we've got flowers and leaves and accents. Here's a gold accent. I'm going to use a gold accent on today's card. But you just pop those out. I did them while I was just sitting probably during a meeting or maybe watching a movie or something, punched them all out and put them in here so that they'd just be ready to go. All right, so I wanted to point that out. That packet of paper comes with all of these wonderful little elements that are ready for you when you are ready to create a card. All right, so I'm going to do something super fast and easy using those pieces. I'm starting with a blueberry bushel card base, 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. I have scored it at 4 1/4 and am going to use my bone folder to press in that crease. All right, I also have a large piece of the paper. This is going to go on the front of my card, And as a reminder, the dimensions, which there aren't that many today, are going to be found through the information when you open the description box below the video. Okay, so this is going to go on the front. We can just go ahead and put it on. The paper is doing all of the work on this particular card. All right, that's going to be the front, and it's just beautiful. All right, that paper. Okay, that's done. We are going to use a white panel on the inside because it's a darkish blue, but I'm going to do a teeny bit of stamping on here. I almost thought of doing no stamping, but I am going to stamp some words on here. For the front, all I did was pull out one of those pre-cut pieces. Look how cute, the cupcake with the little flower decor on it. It's so cute. I was just going to stick this right on here. I wondered what it would look like with a layer behind it. So I did cut a peach pie square, and I think I'll go ahead and quickly add that to the square. Okay, let's do that. Some of these cards that are fast and easy, I would love to make just with a stopwatch. Not talking you through it, just literally all the pieces here and just put it together. They would be, so many of them would be so short, so fast. Okay, so that looks nice. This is going to go on here, and I think I'll go ahead and pop it up with some dimensionals. And I realized this in a previous video. I need to dig out some full-size ones from my cabinet. I only have a bunch of minis here, so I don't want to take the time right this second to go find my regular Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'll just use extras of my minis. I'm quite sure I have some. They're just in like the backup cabinet, you know, where you store your extra stuff instead of right here in my desk drawer. All right. That's a lot of backings to pull off. I'm going to do it over my trash can. So bear with me while I pull these backings off. I did 8 minis. I probably would have just done 4 or 5 regular size. Okay, so I've got the backings pulled off of those. This is going to go right in the middle. It still leaves a lot of the paper showing, which I want, but it's a cute focal image. Look at that, it's just precious. Okay, I had considered, and I'm not going to do it, but I had considered maybe putting the cupcake down here in this area and adding this little garland. But I decided against it. I'm like, nope, let's just go easy. So we might use it on the inside or maybe not. Okay, but here's a gold one. Look at the gold one. That's pretty. The colorful one. Again, these are the little punched out pieces. Okay, so on here I'm going to do my stamping, and I think since we used the cupcake, I think we'll say happy, I was going to say happy cake day, but instead I'm going to go with make a wish. Okay, so from this, I'm going to do, get my block and we'll stamp make a wish. My Amazon driver is just pulling up, and I'm hoping that he doesn't ring because my dogs will go berserk. So let's see what happens. Okay, he did not ring the bell. They had no idea he was here. All right, here's my Make-A-Wish stamp on my block. And I'm just going to go ahead and add it right in the middle of this white panel. What color should we use? I was thinking the blueberry bushel to match the cardstock. I think peach is going to look a little too pale. Let's stick with blueberry bushel. Old olive would be a good choice too, I bet. All right, I don't know that I've ever used this stamp from this set. It's still pretty new to me, so I am going to grab a scrap paper and give it a practice round just to see how it stamps, to see how my ink pad is holding up, if it's well inked. Okay, this is going to go right in the middle. And then let's go back to our little pieces and just decorate this a little bit. So I pulled out a gold die cut leaf and or branch, sprig perhaps, and a green leaf. And a peach flower. I just pulled those out of that little packet just to see what we were going to end up with. And I think that's going to be really cute. Okay, let's glue those down and wrap this up. I don't want my glue to ooze out, so I'm using very little. It'll hold it just fine. This piece is going to go here. I'll add my leaf. I was trying to see which way this is supposed to go. Is this the outer end or the inside end? I do not know, but I'm going to use it as the inside end. I'm sure that you will leave me a comment if you think that I messed that up and should have turned it the other way. How about either way is correct? Does that work? And then because I'm covering it anyway, so if it's wrong, no one's going to know. All right, and then let's just put this on there. So sweet and elegant, and yet so super fast because of all of the pre-made pieces that are part of that wonderful packet of paper. Okay, this is going on the inside. I'm not going to add any bling. I think the gold accent in the papers is plenty. But of course, if you want to add some, you could. We are making a fast and easy card in this session, and I would say that that is definitely fast and easy. I'll put some information for you below this video, as I always do. I love to hear your comments and what you think, and if you feel inspired, and if you just might copy or case one of my cards, I would love to know it. And until next time, happy stamping!